must advance humanity. ITS, Institute Technology, 10 November.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, before we start commence the program, and here are the following webinar protocol. For each participant ID, please use your real name following with your origin of institution. All of participants are expected to mute the audio and only unmute the video during the event. We cordially invite you to take your own firm and comfort seat in your own room, and please avoid the backlight. Make sure that you have a good and stable internet connection. If you have an earphone or headset, we recommend you to use it so that your voice can clearly and loudly to be heard. During the Q&A discussion session, all participants, please use the chat box to deliver the questions. Thank you for your cooperation and consideration.
Hello, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I guess we're back to guest lecture series on sustainable development goals, or GLS or SDGs on today, Tuesday, 17th of May, 2022. My name is Nastiti Primadiastuti. You can call me Nas. I am from ITS Global Engagement Institute Teknologi 10 November or ITS Surabaya, Indonesia. And I will be the host for today's GLS on SDGs. Because I'm at the office, so I'm required to wear mask. Please let me know if my voice is not clear. Kindly inform me through the chat box. Thank you so much. So I would like to welcome you once again to the GLS on SDGs. And thank you for your attendance. And also I'm happy that we can meet again to grasp the knowledge from our speakers today. But first, please adjust your name or ID using this format, your name and then your campus. The second, during the lecture, please turn off your microphone and only turn on the microphone when the moderator gives you the chance. The third, don't forget to fill in your attendance at the provided link. The committee will provide it to you after this. And also, if you wish to get an e-certificate and stamp, please fill in the attendance 15 minutes after the session starts, because after that, we're not sure if you can claim the certificate. Wait a minute, okay. And then after that, if you wish to ask questions during the question and answer session, please do not hesitate to jot down your question in the provided links. But if you want to interact directly, just raise your hand, hit the raise hand button, or you can simply write it down in the chat box so everyone can read your questions, and that would be great. So continuing to the main event, ladies and gentlemen, I am glad that I could be the host for today's session. We're going to discuss about two goals for today. The first one is goal number 7, affordable and clean energy. The second is goal 15, on life online. And as you can see in the poster, we will have 3 speakers for 2 sessions. The first one would be Professor Muhammad Mokhzaini Azizan from the University of Science Islam Malaysia. The title of the session would be Hybrid Renewable Energy System, or HRES, Architecture as a Sustainable Solution for Greater Energy Reachability and Accessibility for the People. And then the second session would be delivered by a team from the National University of Misiones, Argentina, who are Dr. Maria L Castrillo and also Dr. Gustavo A Bich. They'll be discussing about the native fungi for biocontrol in Misiones, Argentina. I would like also to introduce you to Ms. Maria Cecilia Fasano. She will gladly be the translator when needed from our speakers from National University of Misiones, Argentina. And after the two sessions, we're going to continue for the Q&A session. But if you have any questions, you can simply drop it in the Q&A link or in the chat box anytime you have that questions. I hope that's explainable. So I would like to introduce you to our first speaker. So this is the brief profile from Professor Muhammad Mokhzaini bin Azizan. Good afternoon, Prof. Mo. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm fine. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, ladies and gentlemen, please be introduced to Professor Muhammad Mokhzaini bin Azizan from University of Science Islam Malaysia. He graduated from in the field of electrical and electronic engineering, School of Electrical and Electronics Engineering in University Science Malaysia. He is an associate professor and university lecturer in USIM, Nilai Negeri Sembilan, Malaysia, and he is also a professional engineering electrical Board of Engineering Malaysia, and also a professional technologist in the Malaysian Board of Technologies. So, without further ado, Prof. Mo, I give the stage to you. Please welcome Prof. Mokhzaini.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Let me share my screen. All right, I hope everyone can listen to my voice clearly and also see the slides clearly.
Yes.
Right, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh, and a very good afternoon. Here in Malaysia, we are actually at 4:40 in the afternoon. We in Indonesia, I believe, is 1 hour ahead, I would say. All right, thank you. First of all, thank you very much for having me as one of the speaker for this prestigious program, and my title would be something to do with energy system and something for everyone to think about as a sustainable solution for our own people, for our own community, with regardless where they might be, Malaysia, Indonesia, or even Argentina, around the world. Okay, on myself, as mentioned by our moderator, I'm an associate professor at University of Science Islam Malaysia, one of the many public university in Malaysia. I'm going to go through a bit fast on this later. If anything, the participants can straightly email me or go through the program people there. A bit short on my field of research, power system, industrial engineering, renewable energy. I'm into AI and imaging as well, and also I'm doing some work in the wireless power transfer. A bit on where I come from. Okay, I'm from University of Science Islam Malaysia. It's one of the many public university in Malaysia. These are some pictures of my campus. We are approximately about 50 kilometers to the south of the capital of Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur. And this is where we are, and also who we are. So what we pride of is actually we are the leader in Nakli and Nakli knowledge. Nakli and Nakli means your the usual knowledge, and also the from the book of Quran. We create innovation and also create creative milestone nurtured and to become the future leaders in electrical and architecture field. Okay, enough of the bit of introduction for myself. So now let us see. I'm going to put this one down. So what actually what actually is about hybrid renewable energy system? My field is mostly on energy, power system, and I've been thinking why not we do something for the people. Okay, this presentation is based on the real project that we are doing at the moment. It's actually a 3-nation project that we have where we do we design architecture, hybrid renewable energy system architecture, for a local people, a local community. I will be presenting one community in Jordan. So what we are doing at the moment is, we work with so many people, and we try to feed the community at the particular area. Okay, we begin with why and what and how and where and when. So I would love to to go through my presentation with the simpler, or I would say the simplest method. Is, we've been asking questions, and hopefully my presentation will answer all the questions that we pose at the moment. What is actually a renewable hybrid renewable energy system, HRES? I call it in short HRES. It's actually an architecture, or I would say a system that has more than two source of energy. So in this case, I present to you a simple diagram that explain what is actually a renewable energy system. I put the word hybrid there so that it will give you an idea. This is actually a mix between renewable energy sources and also a conventional sources. So in this case, a conventional sources is the generators that we have at the moment. Why we have a generator, a quite old technology, because the guarantee or the security generator provides. At the moment, we are not discounting the fact that generator is the most stable source of energy. If we are talking about mobility, and also we go far into the remote areas. Generators usually, like our generators here and also your generator in Indonesia or in around the world, they use diesel. And at the moment as we speak, diesel price is going up very high. So at some point in our life, a fossil fuel, regardless of whether this is petrol or diesel, is going to be an option that nobody can like. So that means there is a deadline on fossil fuel. So that's why we still have that, but we have to look into renewable energy for a more sustainable, long-term, and also we are in the process of getting renewable energy to be as secure and also as good as diesel, giving us power endlessly, more secure, more guaranteed sources of power. So going back to hybrid power system, so if you look at this diagram that I share in these slides, there are two sources of energy that are renewable, they are sustainable, which is PV modules that brings you solar PV, and also wind turbine. So wind turbine is also another source of renewable energy, and also is being coupled with a generator. Okay, like I said to you, generator function is just to back up, so that whenever we don't have sunlight, we don't have wind turbine, the generator will kicks in and give power to the load that we have in the house, and also in any area that we like. Okay, a bit of the modeling. I would like to share this modeling to an extent that is understandable by non-technical people. I would love it if this presentation will benefit the most of us, regardless whether you are from you have a background in engineering, you don't have a background in engineering, even if you are the normal communities. So what we do actually, system modeling for a hybrid power system that is complete. We are talking about A to Z, right? We have what we call a hybrid power system, and then with some intelligence, the modeling is able to read what kind of power sources that we have at the moment or at that particular time. And through an artificial intelligence or intelligent control unit, we have an optimal dispatch strategy. So that means if if we have enough sun for the day, so that means we probably not going to start our generator at all. So that is what the intelligence of the system going to decide for you. Obviously, hybrid power system, we have human intervention, but mostly our system is going to be run by itself. So that means they have a very intelligent monitoring system, management system, so that it will go also to the extent of forecasting and pattern recognition. So in the case of in local weather in Malaysia, for example, we have a very high and humid high temperature and humid area over here in Malaysia. So that means at this point of time, the power coming from the sun system, or from your PV panel, we're going to be harvested and we're going to compress the biggest portion of energy into that particular hybrid system. So these are actually where we are going. So where we are going, we have to embrace these new technologies, especially in the world of artificial intelligence, where it's not going to replace us. It's not going to replace God, obviously, but it will give us a more efficient system. More efficient system is going to decide faster than we can at least think, with the pattern recognition and forecasting capability, and it will give us eventual, energy for our use. For a conventional renewable energy system, obviously, this is a diagram that's going to explain whether your supply and also your demand is going to be balanced or not. So through a dedicated and strategic storage system, through transmission and also system stabilization and also energy management system, your supply and your demand will be kept almost balanced. So what we are trying to do is actually, the way forward is we have an intelligent hybrid system. So that means your control system is going to be intelligent enough for you to have, to have a not only balanced system, but also a very efficient system for your supply and also demand. A bit on where this intelligence in power system is going on. We have houses, we have hospitals, we have public areas, we have buildings that represent individual loads. So what we are doing is the system is able to recognize all these individual loads into a regional load, and eventually everything will be controlled by a dedicated control system, and every load is going to be connected, from the supply and also from to the demand area, to the load that we have in that particular system is going to be managed by this dedicated control system. And with the intelligence that they have, the power is not only balanced but going to be efficiently managed by the control system. Okay, where we now go into the second, I would say, to the second question, that is where we are going to do this kind of system. Sorry. In most countries, the reachability of grid is good. What reachability means? Reachability means all the pylons, all the power lines extended to everywhere. So that means if you are talking about infrastructure projects, I would say in most countries, I'm not saying all, but most countries, the reachability of good. But the issue is now the accessibility. So that means, for some communities that live on the edge of, the normal lines, I would say, they are very remote, for, due to so many reasons, which we cannot tell them to come out from that area into the grid. Because for some community, they've been there for hundreds of years, due to so many reasons, due to the custom, due to the tradition, and but then we cannot let this community suffer. So if there is something that we can help them by bringing energy to their part, so that means we have to think out of box. We're not going to focus on reachability, but we're going to do something about the accessibility. This is an example. I believe most of us know. In discussing about remote area, one of the example that we have at the moment in Malaysia is a rumah panjang. It's a long house in Malaysia. It has no grid connectivity, but most of rumah panjang area have the mobile system that going to give us to give them energy and also electricity. Like I said just now in few slides before, at the moment diesel is very attractive due to the steady and also they are very proven source of energy. But like we all know as well, fossil fuel is not going to be the ultimate solution, the sustainable solution for the long run. Already at the moment in Malaysia, I believe diesel is going past $4 Malaysia, or in forex exchange is about $1 maximum. I mean, more than $1 at the moment per liter. So as we all know, fossil fuel is going to run out. It has a definite deadline, okay, and the deadline is shorter than we think. That's why although at the moment in long houses in Malaysia, they are using diesel to get them power for this for the kids, for the schools and everything. We have to embrace this new technology, this new system of artificial intelligence to bring a more effective, more efficient power system to them, so that they will benefit from it for the next generation. Specifically, I would like to talk about there is an area in Kampung Mantapok, right? Mantapok in Sabah. And if you're familiar in Malaysian geographic, this is the map of Sabah. Kampung Mantapok is one of the resident. This is one kampung there. It's a village of a native land of Kadazan tribe. Like I said to you, they are this remote area. They are there for the longest time ever. So they have been there for many hundreds of years. In the case of Kampung Mantapok is the home of Kadazan tribe. It's native land of Kadazan tribe. It is very remote. If you look at the right hand side of the picture of the right hand side, there's no tar road, there's no proper road. They have something that resemble roads, but it's for trucks, so for big lorries. And for that matter, grid connection is not an option. It's not an option. So if you again familiar with the map of Sabah and Sarawak, the bottom on the right hand side, the bottom picture says how far depth from the nearest intersection of recognized proper road in Jalan Ranau Sandakat. Okay, we look at a bit further from Malaysia. These are the real conditions that are happening in Iraq. Okay, I put up some real pictures from our partners in Iraq, saying that energy situation at there is already bad, but due to some other disturbance, war, for example, the situation is not stable at the moment. If you look at the pictures that we have here, on the right hand side, the bottom one is is the distribution lines damage due to the pylon, due to so many reasons. It could be the infrastructure is not that strong, or it could be from the effect of the war, the ravage of war in there. So if you look at this again, we focus a bit on the city of Al-Faw. This is one of the ongoing research at the moment we have with our partners in Iraq. So we base our design at the city of Al-Faw. City of Al-Faw is if you look at the map of Iraq, city of Al-Faw is very near to the bottom. It's very near to the sea and very near to the to Kuwait actually. They have cities like Qasr. Al-Faw Peninsula is very rich with natural resources. Okay, if you look at the map, also is very near to the sea, so obviously they have a good wind strength over there. And also being in Iraq, most of the Iraqi peninsula have a good radiance value. So that means it has at least two natural resources that they are very rich of. One thing or one parameter that we would love to explain is that the potential of energy, solar energy, right in Indonesia. Okay, if you're not familiar with Indonesia, take a look at the recent or the most updated potential of energy over there. If you look at these diagrams, it's actually in Sumatra, they have a very huge potential of a floating solar PV, okay, of about 48 trillion watt-hour per year. So you move a bit further to Sulawesi, for example, solar PV floating solar PV, the one that you put on the sea, is having a potential of 50,200 terawatt-hour. So the good thing or the good factor of Indonesia is the huge potential of solar energy over there. So I would like to maybe not speaking on the behalf of the government of any government for the matter. I would love to see our Indonesia friends there to look at this huge potential and maybe come up with a good system for the rest of the country. Because the potential is there. All right, what we do actually, how? Okay, now we go to the third question is how we're going to do this is actually, at the moment, what we are doing is we are trying to simulate the real-time condition over there, in Al-Faw and also in some cities in Indonesia and also, of course, in Malaysia as well. What we do actually at the moment is a real-time study using computerized modeling. We start with the computerized modeling. If you're familiar with MATLAB, MATLAB is what the simulator that we use, one of the simulators that we use in assembling a complete hybrid renewable energy system, and we're going to run it with real-time data. So what the data comes from NASA, data come from the regional weather stations, and also, of course, the official weather station of the respective countries. On that front, we have been doing this work for coming to the 5th year. Okay, for the 5th year, we did some of the publications that if you're interested, please have a look on this. We use another simulator that we call a homofront. Okay, this is a utility scale hybrid system where it's not as simple as clicking here and there, but you need to have real-time data. We need to have analytics over this. and we using Homer can come up with a specific solution. So that means we can tell how much power coming from your solar PV. There's a suggestion, of course, how much power that we're going to to have from your wind turbine, and also how much power is going to be required from your generator. Okay, and how big your battery system is going to be for you to enjoy this kind of this much and this much energy for that particular condition. What we do actually is, number one is we determine which one is our our research area. I would say I say the word research because this is an ongoing project. Okay, this is an ongoing project. So what we going to do next is going to implement a real-time system with our industrial partners to this particular locations. First of all, you need to determine the details of the selected area. When I say about selected area, is we going to locate and know about the population. Okay, location tells us the potential of energy there. Population tells us the potential reading of the loads. Okay, for example, in the case of Alfao, the city of Alfao, you have a few cities over there: Al-Samawah, Al-Basra, Qasar, and all. So the reason we have to do this is we have to understand what local resources will be and what the demand of the local demand will be. So on this point, if you pay attention a bit on the right-hand side of the slide, so these are the radiation and also the wind potential across Iraq. Okay, if we look at there, Al-Fao city has a good mix of both, because to the northern and to the western of Iraq, you don't have good wind energy there because it goes toward the inland. But from Al-Fao point of view, it's near to the sea. It has good potential in wind power, and also if you look at the heat map over there, down there, irradiation data also have a good readings at Al-Fao cities. We come back to Asia. Okay, we come back to Asia. We know that the huge potential we have around Asia. We have good potential in Indonesia as well. If you look in the region of Southeast Asia, okay, on your left hand side is the solar radiation data. On the right hand side is your wind turbine or wind strength. I would say wind strength. Of all the places in Southeast Asia, Indonesia have a good mix of both. Okay, it's a good mix of both. So that means Asian region have a lot of potential. Okay, a lot of potential. I would like to believe that Asia have a big capacity of human resources. That means if you have a big crowd here, you have a big industrial here, so that going to bring down the cost of energy, renewable energy equipment in our region over here. So, and also human capital in Asia is going to help, because we have so much human capital potential and human intelligence over here. So it's about time for us to have this kind of solutions within our back door. Within our ground. Number two is we're going to have a look at the load estimation. Okay, since you know where the location would be, so what we did was to look at the load survey. Load survey is the simplest thing that you can do it in your own home. What you should do, in order for you to do a load survey, this one you can do at home. Okay, whatever I say to you, number one, number two, number three, and number four, I'm going to tell you here, essentially you can do it on your home, in your hostel, in your parent house, in your village, and all. So what a load survey is actually, what a load survey is you go into your house, you see what's the energy or electrical equipment that you use. For example, at a typical house, we have a few air conditioners, you have a few televisions, You have some mobile phone, you have heater, water heater, everything. What load estimation, what load survey is actually, you list all this down. Okay, all the equipments you leave down, and then you go into, you know, how much time you spend to use this particular device, that particular device, and you need to know, you know, you need also to know the watt of that particular equipment. You know, usually you know, the information of the watt it has at the back of your device, right? So just imagine if you know of this, so actually you are able to do a proper load survey for your own house and also for your parents' house. This is example. This is just example to tell you what a load survey looks like. This is you know, this is a typical house with I think 4 rooms. It's 4 bedroom, 3. Sorry. Oh yeah, correct. 4 bedroom house. You know, usually you have a few home appliances. You know what the wattage, how much you know, your television watt is how much, and how much time or how many hours you use your devices. So whatever loads that you have, whatever devices you have there, just list down there, and also you should be able to come out with a very good load survey over here. And the third one is that, you know, when you have the location of the area, you should be able to tell the likely sources of energy at that particular site. So in the case of you know, going back to Sabah, in the for example, on your left hand side is Kota Kinabalu. Okay, this is the pattern of rainfall. You know, if you are into piezoelectrics, this is one of the you know, not recent, but is becoming popular. It's becoming popular. So you harness energy from you know, from the vibrations. You know, when you have rainfall into your devices, piezoelectric devices, just going to give you some energy as the rain hits at the piezo plates. But never mind, that one we can talk later in other program. But like I said to you, if you know where you are living, if you know the area that you are designing your hybrid renewable energy system, you should be able to know the sources, and also how much energy that you require for that particular area. Okay, these are the two area. These are the two I would say two ongoing work. Okay, two ongoing work is being published in a good Scopus journals. Okay, we published these findings, I believe last year. Okay, I believe last year, based on our work you know, at the city of Alfao. In the case of Alfao, we ran about 7 scenarios. Scenarios means, you know, what if solar energy, we don't have solar energy? What if you know, wind turbine, we don't have enough wind for that? What if this? What if that? We work on 7 scenarios. Okay, just if you want to know more details, you have to look at the publications that I listed here. We simulated a system with 5 energy resources. You have diesel generator. Okay, these are wind turbines, photovoltaic, battery, and also converter efficiency. These are 5, not resources. I would say these are 5 enablers for you know, hybrid renewable energy system. You know, I said hybrid because you have two. You have 2 renewable energy in the case of wind turbine, also for solar photovoltaic. We have 1 diesel that is conventional sources, and also you have battery storage and also converter efficiency. Converter efficiency also plays a very high and also important aspect in this, because the higher the efficiency is, you know, the more power you can harness into your storage. Based on the usage of Alfao and also the location of Alfao, you just remember Alfao is in the the furthest down area to the southeast of Iran, to the southern of Iran, Iraq, we found out from our analysis that scenario 6 is the most optimum and the steepest. Okay, not only we look at the reliability of energy, but also we are looking at the techno-economics evaluation on the solutions that we are proposing. So what actually is scenario 6? Scenario 6 says that for that particular area, which that particular load survey, with that particular demand, you need 39 wind turbines. Okay, you need 39 wind turbines, 5 diesel generator, 351 battery. Okay, that is going to give you the lowest cost of energy, COE, at about not even $1 per kilowatt hour. And the system is going to be working at 90% for the most of the majority of the 22 years we are going to expect. We are going to install, or you're going to propose. So that's how we get the best solutions for that particular area. We did some work at Kampung Mantapo. As you know, Kampung Mantapo, it has some other sources that our area at Iraq don't have. Okay, for example, you have a micro hydro, you have a river over there. You also have a PV panel. You also have sources of wind turbine and the rest. So we come up that for this area, the best hybrid renewable energy modeling for Kampung Mantapo has this this setup. It has this setup. We have a micro hydro. 10 kilowatt micro hydro is going to give us 10 kilowatt capacity for Kampung Mantapo. Micro hydros. You have also 0.3 kilowatt PV panels. Not much, but it's going to give us the best reliability issue, the best price, the best cost of energy. We also have a wind turbine, 1 kilowatt there, and also you have a few batteries and inverters for that. Okay, I think I'm coming to the end of my sharing. Okay, it's coming to the end of my sharing. What I'm trying to share today is not only the work that we do, or what we have done, or what we're going to do, but I would like to to share this approach into us having a sustainable energy in the nearest future. Not only because of the the fossil fuel is nearing to the end and the cost of energy goes up, but actually if I can borrow this phrase from some some philosophers out there, the world is an area that we rent. We borrow the world from our kids and the kids of our kids. So actually we need to take care of the world, we need to take care of the environment. So that's why in going forward, energy doesn't matter how important it is, it has to be provided by us through a sustainable medium. Okay, sustainable medium. If not only from big cities point of view, but also getting the sustainable energy to the deprived area, for areas, for communities that have very little access to energy. So we have the responsibility to do this. Let us start with us today. It will be continued down the years by our kids to our kids, and eventually everyone won't only benefit from energy, but also having energy sustainably. For this matter, hybrid renewable energy system is a very possible approach. It's a very possible choice for us to extend energy reach to the mass, to the people, in a very sustainable and also very responsible method or approach. What we should do is start working, stop talking. You know, at the moment, I believe this is the golden years of advancements in computational resources, and also we have a great breakthrough in electronics as well. So what we need is, you know, to go to the extra mile. We need to go to the extra length so that we can have this, and then it can start from us. I mean, Asia, ASEAN. We can spearhead this massive energy initiative so that everyone benefited. Not, like I said to you, not only everyone gets it, but enjoying it from a sustainable point of view. I think, thank you very much for listening. I'm open to any suggestion. I really want to hear if, you know, there are suggestions that I can improve our work. We can improve our work, or eventually we can improve. We working together in the future, inshallah. These are my phone numbers, my you know, particulars, and if you're interested to know what I posted into my Instagram, yes, this is my Instagram. So follow me. Thank you so much. Over to you, Madam Moderator. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Professor Moh. Well, for a non-technical person like me, I feel impressed because now I know that renewable energy. I mean, I thought it was we could only choose one, but from your lecture, I learned that we can even have hybrid power system, and that's so much interesting. Thank you so much, Prof. Mo. So we would like to continue to our second session today. So I would like to invite the second speakers, who are a team. Please, Ms. Irma Nurfitiastari, could you please share their brief profile? So the very first speaker for the session 2 is Ms. Maria L Castrillo, Dr. Castrillo. She is from National University of Misiones. She is an expert in applied sciences, especially in biotechnology subdiscipline, College of Exact Chemical and Natural Sciences, Natural University of Misiones. And then she is an assistant researcher in the National Scientific and Technical Research Council Argentina, head representative of the National Genomic Data System of the Northeastern region of Argentina by the National Inter-University Council in 2022, and then a full member of the regular academic committee, or CAR, of the postgraduate career doctorate in pharmacy. And then the second speaker for the second session is Mr. Gustavo A Bich. He is also from the National University of Misiones, a researcher in the National Scientific and Technical Research Council Argentina. He got his doctorate in applied sciences in biotechnology subdiscipline, the same institution, College of Exact Chemical and Natural Sciences, National University of Misiones. His research is about morphological and molecular identification of ethnopathogenic fungi from agricultural and forestry crops. In Revista Floresta e Ambiente. Good afternoon to Mr. Gustavo and also Dr. Castrillo. I would like to give the stage to you.
Okay. Good afternoon there. Good morning here in Argentina.
Yes,
thank you very much. Thank you very much for the invitation. I am Lorena Castrillo. Sorry for my bad English, but I will try to speak in English. He is Gustavo A Bich. He works with me in the same line. And also here is Cecilia Fasano, who works with us and she will help us in the translation. We work in the National University of Misiones in an institute called Inbiomis. This institute is in Posadas city, that is the capital of Misiones, that is the province of Argentina.
So, sorry also for my bad English, but I will speak in English. So where we are and who we are a small province in the north of Argentina. We are more than 1,000 kilometers from Buenos Aires. We are here in the north. We are between Paraguay, the country Paraguay, and Brazil. Our province is a small province. We are in Biomis. This is a picture of our institute. We are in the south of our city. We are in front of a big river called Paraná and in front of a city called Encarnación, which is in Paraguay. We are a group of researchers, teachers, many scholarship holders and students of the National University of Misiones. Our focus is the biological control with fungi, not any fungi. We work with native fungi. So we would like to share with you our project, which are based on and focus on the use and study of native fungi isolated from soil from our province.
So, as an introduction, the agriculture and forestry are two of the main economic activities in our province. In this province are different plantations like yerba mate, tea, tobacco, pinus, and eucalyptus, among others. And these plantations have associated different types of microorganisms. These microorganisms can see good and bad. In our work, we choose the good microorganisms associated to this plantation. We have mainly two lines. One of these is the use and application of different fungi microorganisms like Trichoderma genus to attack or control the phytopathogenic fungi. And the other lines is the use of or characterization of entomopathogenic fungi like Beauveria or Metarrhizium genus to attack or control insect pests like leaf-cutting ants. That is the mainly pest that attack the plantation of this province.
So why we choose fungi or what are we doing here? There are many strategies to control these pests. One of them is the biological control, which is a promising and sustainable strategy to reduce the damage caused by agricultural pests. But also we choose this strategy to reduce the use of chemical pesticides. So among all the strategies, why we choose fungi to biocontrol?
We choose fungi because they have a fast growth. They can act as parasites of different pests. They are safe for human, are not target microorganisms. They have a high secretion of different enzymes that can be used or application in different biotechnological projects. And the multiplication of this fungi is easy and fast in different ways. For example, here we can see you can see different picture of our group. In this picture in the left, you can see a microphotography with a biocontrol test. In blue colors is a strain of Trichoderma genus that is attack, biological attack, and a strain of a phytopathogenic strain like Alternaria in brown color. In this picture in the right, for example, there is a left cutting ant parasitized with Beauveria. Beauveria is an entomopathogenic fungi that attack insect pests.
So to resume, what are we doing here? This is some of our results. What we have done here in our province is to collect many samples. We went to many places here in our province, and we collect samples from soil or insect parasitized, also from cultivations, where we also find and search for endophytic fungi. Then when we went to the lab, we have done the isolation and then the identification. We have done the traditional identification, the morphological identification with microscope, but also in the lab we have done the DNA isolation and the molecular identification using DNA barcode.
Also, we evaluate different assays with biological control. In this picture in the top, we can see a dual culture which evaluate different strain of Trichoderma genus, a biocontrol, against different entomopathogenic fungi like Alternaria or Fusarium. In this picture, we can see the evaluate of different massive multiplication of the fungi, and in this case, in this picture, you can see the evaluate of different conidial concentration of a strain of Metardicium genus, an entomopathogenic fungi, attack or control insect pest. In this case is and leaf cutting ants. So with this we evaluate different biological control of the fungi that we isolate.
Also, we are interested in the genomics and genetics of these biological control fungi. As an example, we have done the massive isolation of DNA of a key fungi for biological control like Trichoderma. After the genomic DNA extraction and sequenciation and assembly, as an example, here we can see these black lines are all the reads of this isolate, and we have done the assembly and search for all the genes involved in biological control. As a result, we also report the first genome for this species of Trichoderma, but also we are interested in all the other genes of these fungi used for biological control, and then we are searching any genes by genes. So this is a small presentation of our project. Thank you very much for your time. Sorry for our bad English, but if you have any question, you can write now, or then you can write us. We are these two are our emails. Thank you, and thank you for the invitation to share our project.
Thank you so much, Dr. Castrillo, and also Castrillo, and also Dr. Bich. Could you please tell me pronounced your name correctly because I'm very sorry if I pronounced your name wrong.
Sorry, I don't know if we have troubles with internet. I can't hear you.
Oh, can you hear me now? How about now?
I think now, yes.
Oh, okay then. So,
Okay.
it turned out it's me who got disconnected from this session. So it's not your internet connection. It's good. I thank God for that. So thank you to Dr. Bish and also Dr. Castrillo for the explanation on their project about the fungi. So I think because you have ended your presentation, now we can all continue to the question and answer session. I would like to check with the participants first. I think we have 70 participants coming from many backgrounds. So I'm wondering, anyone got questions to the three speakers? Do you want to raise your hand and ask directly to the speakers? Okay, then I think I got one question. Okay. The first one would be from Aulia Harumi Bahari Satya from ITS. Hello, Aulia.
Hello, can you hear my voice?
Yes.
Okay, I want to ask you about the biocontrol. How cost and time efficient is this biocontrol versus current pesticides in the market? I mean, how costly efficient is it? And how time efficient is it compared to the pesticides?
Okay, so there are we need to keep in mind that biological control is take a little bit more time than traditional chemical pesticides, but you have to see all the context, all the alternatives, because this take a little bit more time than traditional, but there are another benefits, like they can, when you apply a chemical pesticide, in that moment all the pests can low in their population, but you have to applicate again the pesticide when the population grows. But with biological control, it takes a little bit more time, but you have to applicate or just one time, and then you can see a control of the population. You have the growth of the population of the pest is not with peaks. It's under a level.
The chemical control attack all the pests and the not
Also
not target microorganisms,
like
the benefic microorganisms.
This. Hope we can explain with our you can understand with our bad English.
Miss Aulia, I will ask you one question. Miss Aulia, were you asking about economic advantages?
Yes, it is also. Is it cost efficient or not compared to the pesticides?
Oh, okay. Thank you, Miss Aulia. So you are asking about the costs, right?
Okay, not just time, also cost. This okay. The cost, they are not very expensive. I talk about our experience. They are not very expensive because we are not buying any license. We are just working with native fungi from our province. So we went to the land and to the soil, isolate here in the university. We massive production of this fungi and apply. We are not paying any license.
We change the concentration of the different beneficial microorganisms and apply this.
Also, we work with small producers of any of this plantation here in our province. So the cost is very important to them for if they want to applicate any of these strategies.
Did we answer your question, Ms. Aulia?
Yes, already answered. Thank you very much.
Thanks to you.
Thank you, Ms. Maria, Aulia, and also the speakers. Anyone wants to raise another question related to fungi? Let me check the chat box, and also nobody is raising hand. Okay, so wait a minute. To Dr. Castrillo and also to Dr. So I would like to share my story about fungi. So I got a friend. She's from a chemical department. I remember that she was also working in developing fungi. So when I look at the poster about your topics for today's GLS on SDGs, I was wondering about is doing biocontrol using fungi is popular, or is it less popular? Because I would like to know if students out there want to do research related to fungi for biocontrol. Do you think it is applicable in any area, or there are several circumstances that they need to consider? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Nastiti, for the question. They are here. I talk for Argentina. They are here. They are not very popular because this is a new strategy. If you search in Brazil, for example, or Cuba, they are very popular because they are study and the knowledge was developed many decades ago, many years ago. Here in Argentina, there is still a new strategy, and there are so little or so there are not many products for sale in the market for biological control. Now we are in a level of development yet. And you have another question, and after that I can't remember. They can be applied in many places. This is a good question because we are working with native strains. So all the fungi we are working, they are adaptados. Ceci, help please. Adapted to our climatic conditions, to our humidity conditions. So there is a little bit benefit for the application of this. It will be easier, and we can esperar. I don't know how to say.
Wait.
Sorry.
We wait for.
We can wait to they develop better in the environment. And if we buy a strain a commercial strain, probably they are exotic to our condition, because Misiones is a province. Our province Misiones is in the north of Argentina, and here is very hot, a hot place, and very humidity. It's very different the condition if you go to the south of Argentina. There is very cold and not many humidity. So you have to keep that in mind if you apply a strange, exotic to our condition. Maybe they can not develop well here.
And Ms. Nastiti, did you ask about if fungi are popular among students? Did I understood well?
Yes, I was wondering if the research related to fungi is popular because.
Oh, sorry, we can't hear you very well. The volume is very low.
Oh, okay. Wait, let me change.
Sure, take your time, no problem.
Hello, can you hear me now? I changed my device.
Yes.
Perfect.
Okay then. So I was wondering if the research in fungi and also in biocontrol is popular, but I think the question is already answered by Dr. Gustavo.
We can add a little thing.
Also, these
Yes,
native fungi are safe for the human and not target microorganisms. So we also, if you can, we recommend use the native fungi because there are adapted to the
environment. Because we have to keep in mind that not all the fungi are bad, because it's regular to think that all the fungi are clinical fungi that attack men, and these are not. These are environment fungi, isolated from environment, and they are safe. The target are a very specific kind of insect or a very specific kind of phytogenic fungi.
Thank you so much for the kind answer to Dr. Gustavo and also Dr. Castrillo. So I would like to continue to the next question. This time is for Dr. Mokhzain. Hello, Dr. Mokhzain. We got a question for you. This one is from, wait a minute. From Petronas, a freelance engineer. His question is, how do you see the private sector participation in SDG 7 initiative as of date? Is it encouraging? And what is your aspiration to the private sector players out there?
Okay, thank you very much for the lovely questions. At the moment, not only in our area, the participation of private sectors into SDG taking up is not so much. That is, not I'm not saying not nothing is being done, but the taking up to the challenge to SDG is not reaching a satisfactory level, I would say. Yes, of course, there are a lot to be done, but I see as a private and entities, of course, if we can have a good sustainable business model for SDG is going to attract them even more. But having said so, companies have their contributions to the society. So I believe this is one area that they can do it in a better way, and also trying to taking up this SDG challenge in a very serious way, so that hopefully we can reach to this satisfactory level, not later but sooner. I believe that should be done at the moment.
Thank you so much for the answer. So I would like to ask if Mr. Khairul Ihzam bin Halil, do you have anything to as the feedback? Is Mr. Khairul Ihzam bin Halil here?
Thanks a lot for the response, Doctor. I think I'll keep in touch with you. We'll work together for our future now. Thanks a lot, Doctor.
Thank you very much. Hopefully to hear from you soon. Just leave us contact and we try to have a look in the future.
Thank you so much. Hope you two can collaborate together. And then I think we got another question also to Prof. Mokhzaini. The question is there any solution for the limitations in the implementation of the HRES, especially in the city where households are mostly have limited space and limited cost? And does limited capacity of KWH per household can affect the efficiency of HRES?
Right, thank you. Very tricky questions, but I believe space is something that obviously we require for this kind of projects. But fear not, if you focusing on solar only, then obviously we will run out of spaces, because houses these days getting compact. So then they're not going this side, but they're going that side. So obviously space is a problem. But as we speak, there are tremendous breakthroughs in harnessing, in getting energy from other kinds of renewable energy. For example, in USIM, we are doing something about harnessing heat. Okay, harnessing heat. So the high temperature, you can harness some energy from there. Not to the extent of powering your aircons, but initial study have shown that your cooking, when you do your cooking, obviously you have a little kitchen there. If you can harness the temperature coming out from your cooking, so you can power your handphones. So another thing is that a mini turbine, mini water turbine also getting great interest at the moment. So instead of having a wind turbine, we have a little mini turbines, the one that you can put inside your water inlets. So every time you take shower, you're getting energy from your shower. So these are efforts that are seriously taken into actions. So for high-rise buildings, of course, space is not an option, but the options of other renewable energy is getting more and more. So hopefully, we'll get some great news on this effort.
Thank you so much for the answer. Aulia, do you have anything to add? Do you have follow-up question? Aulia Harumi Bahari Satya?
I think it's enough. Already answered. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much. So I think we can continue to the next question. I think the question is also for Professor Mo. The question is from Prof. Setiawan Rois. Will future renewable energy create more prospect for jobs? Probably more specifically in the field of hybrid power system. What do you think, Prof?
Right, a very good question, a very futuristic question, I would say. As like in the previous lifetime, I mean, not too far distance before, we are talking about, doing films using helicopters. My favorite Hollywood TV show, Airwolf, is actually based on helicopter fighting. But at the moment, as breakthrough happens everywhere, we are no longer doing filming using helicopters. So where are the helicopter pilots gone? Actually, they're not gone. They're still with us. But through advancements in training, through advancement in technology, they are getting better. I mean, they are moving from piloting a helicopter to even piloting drones. Okay, drones. So we are now filming a lot of action movies with drones. They are fantastic piece of equipment. They can fly everywhere. They can do what a helicopter does at a fraction cost of of a rental of a helicopter, petrol and all. So as you were saying just now, is there any prospect on hybrid renewable energy solution? Yes, definitely. The prospect is tremendous. What we should pay attention is the dynamic. Of the system we have at the moment. We are no longer talking about bigger power system. We are not talking about nuclear anymore. We are not talking about very large diesel power system, coal power system. But now we have a more distributed power system. So just imagine one house, generating power. They use their own power, and the excess of the power is being, channeled into a dedicated storage system. Tesla now having a very large storage system at the western of Australia. So that's where we are going. All these destructive technologies opens up so much opinions. I mean, so much opinion to debate, and also so much opportunities for us to to be a better human. And also, hopefully, we should take this opportunity. Don't let this opportunity pass. So let us be ready. We embrace it, and hopefully, this will end up very well for the rest of us. Thank you.
Thank you for the answer. I think it is also interestingly futuristic, and for everyone who's also wondering about the future of renewable energy, that's the answer that we can get. Thank you so much. I think we have one more question, and this time is for Dr. Lorena and also Dr. Gustavo. Wait a minute. We learned that the study for fungi as biocontrol agents have started in a decade, but we noticed that large multinational firms are not that interested in the markets. What do you think about that?
Could you repeat, please? I didn't hear very well.
Okay. The question is, we learned that the study for fungi as biocontrol agents have started in the last decade. But we also noticed that large multinational firms are not much that's interested in the markets of fungi as biocontrol agents. What do you think about that?
I can talk about here in Argentina, the enterprises. They are also developing. They are here not working just with chemicals. Now they are also working with in the development of biological control. This is because here we have a pressure from the society and also from the government with the laws to develop also these other strategies like biological control. So if you want to export like wood, like some food, you have to have certificates that you are applicating some type of alternative strategies to control pests. One of them is biological control. Now you can not only applicate chemicals. I don't know if so here the market is not only for chemicals. Any person who works with for exporting have to applicate also another alternative strategy for control of pests. One of them is the biological control. Hope I explained a little bit of the question.
Yes, so we got a picture that actually the process at the matter is a bit somehow complicated and complex, let's say, so that there are several things that need to be considered in order to, when we talk about the enterprise of fungi as biocontrol. Thank you so much. And I think I would like to open for another opportunity for the participants to ask question and discussion. Anyone wants to raise hand and directly? Okay, Miss Maria.
Okay, I have a question for Mr. Muhammad, please, for Dr. Mo.
Yes,
Thank you
please.
so much, Dr. Mo. I am absolutely ignorant about your topic of research, but I would like to congratulate you because you have said that these are renewable energies and they are not large systems, but they are community, let's say, specifics. So that is a really hopeful message for a better human society. Now, my question is from completely ignorance, this one. Regarding tides energy that is coming to coast communities. I understand that is modeling the aspect that you work, but I was thinking how with the soil, the sandy soil that you have, this local equipment, this local technology can be placed over there. Is it hard? Are you having any challenge to place this technology on coastal sea soil?
All right, thank you very much. Quite challenging question. Not to the. I'm not saying about the technicalities, but one of the challenges that we usually face is that we're trying to break down into a community understanding level. So most of them would say, why we need this? Just buy diesel. So why we need solar PV? Who's going to clean the solar panels and stuff like that? So again, not saying anything about a different level of expectation and different level of understanding. It's always a challenge for us in the team to help in breaking things into the simplest form. But like Einstein said, if you cannot break this into the simplest form, that means you are not understanding it enough. So I'm trying to break this into the simplest form as I can. The soil is going to be a big problem, as the soil, like we say, is very porous. So as the sea hit the sand and the sand goes to the sea, vice versa. But from a sea movement point of view, I would say we don't put anything on the porous land. We do a different kind of renewable energy harvesting. Number one is we can do a seabed. We can do a seabed turbine. So that means we put the seabed with the a seabed wind, sorry, not wind turbine, but sea current turbine. So that is one of the work that's gaining more popularity at the moment, especially at the rough sea, a very rough sea, very near to the Scotland area, and also some of the Normandy area as well in France. So they have this specially designed seabed turbine that is being installed underneath the sea. So that's number one. Number two is that the good thing about sea is that it can vibrate almost everything, because there's no stagnant sea as we speak. Every now and then, the wind comes, the wind goes, and everything. So the sea is a bit volatile. So what we can do is, they already work, like I said to you, in terms of harnessing or getting power from vibration equipments. Citroën of France have this, trial. I would say they try out some suspension-based energy harvesting. So they put something, the vibration at the springs at the car, so that when it can harness energy. In Japan, they have a very good film. You put this a very good film that can harness energy when you put the film on top of your car, surface. So when your car goes, everywhere, so it's getting energy as you speak, but not from solar, but from the vibrations of, when the atomic of the wind gets to your car, it creates some vibrations, very very small vibration that you can't see it through our naked eye. So the second question, the second solution is that, on the volatility of the sea, we have to, have a look at, we have to have a serious look at the, harnessing power from vibrations. So I would say, maybe put something that is going to, to vibrate, because the sea itself is vibrating. I mean, not vibrating, but when you put like a ball on there, it goes up and down, up and down, up and down. So that is one, one focus that we might be able to harness renewable energy at sea, and so, or any area that is close to sea. So I think that would be, the simplest explanation I would, I would offer at the moment.
Thank you so much. I fully understand. Thank you.
Thank you very much. My pleasure. The pleasure is all mine. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for all the question and also the answers. I really appreciate that. And myself, personally, I learned a lot about today. So I think that's the end of our Q&A session. I would like to thank Dr. Mokhzaini, Dr. Gustavo, and also Dr. Lorena for today's session. Thank you so much. And to all the participants of GLS SDGs, I would like to remind you that to earn the credit transfer, you need to submit the TWIL. And don't forget that the first assignment of TWIL submission should be submitted by May 20. That's 3 days from now. And then the last TWIL should be submitted by May 31st. So if you don't have the, can I just say TWIL? If you don't have the TWIL worksheet yet, you can download it through the link. The committee will provide it to you. I think that's the end of our session today on GLS and GLS on SDGs. Today we learn about the hybrid power system and also the use of fungi in the for the biocontrol. And to end today's session, I would like to thank the speakers, Professor Mokhzaini, Professor Gustavo, and also Professor Lorena. And also to that, we would like to give you something, a souvenir. Ms. Diaz, could you please help with the souvenir for them? Okay, this is the very first souvenir is for Associate Professor Muhammad Mokhzaini bin Azizan. Thank you for being the speaker of GLS-SDGs today. And then the second certificate is for Dr. Maria L Castrillo. Congratulations. And then the third certificate goes to Dr. Gustavo A Bich. Congratulations and thank you for speaking at this lecture series on Sustainable Development Goals. Please give applause to our speakers. You can do it by clicking the reaction button, or you can simply clap your hands. So thank you so much. And I think that's the end of our session. Thank you again for sharing your valuable insight for us. I believe you share a great deal of knowledge, additional knowledge for all of us. And also, we would like to, we hope that by listening to your lectures, everyone will be more aware for sustainable development goals and that they can do so many things. And there are so many things that students and us can contribute to the SDGs, especially for the global community. Now, before we end our lecture today, do you mind to take photo? I would like to invite everyone to turn on their video and let's take a picture. Wait a minute. Okay, I would like to wait for 5 seconds for you to turn on your video and then we'll take picture. Okay, the number of the video is adding. Okay, we can start now. Miss Irma, could you please help? Please share your best smile. 1, 2, 3. Another slide. 1, 2, 3. Another slide. 1, 2, 3. So now that we have finished the group photo, I would like to end today's GLS on SDGs by reminding the participants to fill in the feedback for the event today. Please check the chat box. And also, we're going to have another session of GLS on SDGs tomorrow. The first one would be from National Chengkung University, and then from Mariano Marcos State University, we're going to talk about GLS Goal 6 and also 14. So, and then on Thursday, we're going to talk about SDGs number 7 and number 13 again from City University Hong Kong representative, Dr. Yun Hao Ng, from Towards Sustainable Development Goals with Clean Energy, and also from Dr. Dana Nutomo from Heriot-Watt University, Decarbonizing Logistics and Transportation Sectors, UK case study. Thank you very much to our honorable speakers, all participants, and the committee for all the attention and the cooperation. We hope to see you again tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. Don't forget to follow us in our social media. Visit our website as well. Thank you so much, and I'll see you again.